Hey, we're back. We're talking about our good friend up in Alaska there. The guide with the had the plane crash, has the injury. You know, Brandon, I forgot to mention about my injury that I have right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were
I have a torn hamstring right now, and it comes from...
doing the splits about 3 or 4 times at my wedding.
That's right. I was doing the John Travolta. You should see me.
I thought you were going to say that the injury you had was for paying for the, what do they call that? The dinner the night before.
Oh, no, I did. I paid for the dinner the night before.
I thought that was going to be
I
your
also
injury.
paid for the open bar. And
Oh, so you definitely are injured.
oh, yeah. I'm definitely injured.
You have a hamstring injury as well as a gluteal injury.
Yeah. My hamstring...
What is gluteal?
Your
Gluteal
rear
maximus?
end.
Oh,
Your rear
yeah,
end.
okay.
Or gluteus, I should say.
I thought that was a brain injury.
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
Brandon, don't be going there.
Well, all right.
But yeah, Brandon, tell him how good I did at the splits.
Yeah, he did real good. He went down to the floor, and we had to help him back up.
You did not, Brandon.
He did great. Yeah.
Brandon, you're lying. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. That's impressive for a 48-year-old dude that can do the splits yet. But the last time I did it was not good. Because I went down and I actually felt it.
Ow.
Actually, I talked you into doing it that last time.
Yeah.
Because I tried to do it, and I failed miserably.
I went down really fast and hard, and it went to the ground. And I felt that hamstring just go, bing, and I'm like, oh, I've never felt that before. That wasn't good. So,
Next time, you'll stretch a little bit before you do that, huh?
yeah.
Or do you know how to stretch?
Yeah.
Like not like stretching when you get out of bed in the morning.
Believe me, this was painful. So,
It's painful to watch you walk around because you actually walk with a limp now. I'm waiting for you to start sagging your pants and putting your hat on sideways. And
what are you talking about?
well, I mean, that limp you got is dangerous. That's like a gangster limp.
I do walk kind of funny.
You look like you're auditioning for that movie that just came out, that
What?
Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
You should see me try to walk upstairs. Going up hurts really bad. And my wife makes me run up and down the steps to get stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm. Coming down is the easy part because if you trip, you get down a lot quicker.
Yeah, then I'd probably tear something again. Then what?
Then it'd be really funny to watch you walk around.
Mm-hmm.
You have your glasses on all crooked over there, and
That's because I have to get them up over
Yeah,
the... You don't have
squinting.
to describe me to people.
yeah,
You know?
squinting at your cell phone. Your eyes are going.
So what are we going to take you hunting next, Brandon? When are you actually going to go out in the woods? When's your wife going to let you out?
Well, I mean, she'll let me out at any time, but it's just a matter of not losing my job to take time off to go hunting.
You know, pretty soon you're just going to have to bite the bullet and, get back into this business
Well,
full time.
I was going to say, you buy in, and that way you can be part owner.
He more or less is, but he's been my partner since he was 10 years old. He's been my little tick turd.
Oh boy.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
He's my little boy. He doesn't have to buy in anything.
So,
I mean,
what are you doing over there on that cell phone? Are we going to talk about hunting today, or are we going to talk
Yeah.
about you pulling a hamstring because you don't know how to dance?
Well, okay, so to maybe tie this somewhat together,
Yeah.
I keep hearing, I hear on the radio that, is it archery season opens in a couple of weeks? Is that correct?
Yeah,
That
archery
is.
season opens, and it's early. I don't know. There's a lot of folks that go out archery hunting early, and they like to get
Well,
the first bucks. If you're going to get a buck in velvet, it's going to be in the early season.
my question being is, Brandon, is your wife going to have her replacement bow by that point? And
don't know.
hey, honey, let's go try out your new bow.
Well, I'd like to go out and do a little hunting first.
Yeah,
And then,
you don't
you know-
really want her to have her bow. You want us to get out and do it.
Yeah.
You know. The thing is, if you're going to go out and hunt early, guys have to think about mosquitoes and the heat. And if you do shoot a deer in the this time of year, you got to think about recovery, and that's why making good shots is important, because if you have to leave it overnight, you do risk the chance of
Spoiling the meat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be, you don't want to be having an animal go bad on you overnight and things like that. So, too many times in hunting, especially on hunting TV, the shots are kind of covered up. As far as a guy will shoot it in a bad spot, and then they use good photography and good editing, and they come back and they'll find the animal later on, and then, or however they might have to finish it off, whatever, and they come back and they say, yeah, we recover the animal, and it only ran a little ways thanks to my whatever
The magic of television.
yeah, thanks to my magic broadhead or whatever it was that I was using, my Acme broadhead, and it cut him wide open, and he only ran like 100 yards, and we found him. We'd left him lay for a little while, and we found him, and so what they're doing is they're actually teaching the young hunters and the people that are out there that are watching this stuff on TV that
To expect instant gratification.
yes, and so they're not so worried about their shot placement, and they should be focusing more on teaching good shot placement and things like that, because that's how you lose animals. I mean, and I don't care what kind of broadhead you're using, you have to shoot these animals in the right spot. If you get them, especially if you get them in the back in the stomach area and in the guts and things like that, in heat like this, if you're a morning hunter, for instance, and you shoot an animal like that now, and he goes during the day, and you don't find him till 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon,
He's gone.
yeah, it's going to be pretty nasty, and about all you're going to get is a trophy, if there is one. So then comes the judgment call from the hunter. Are you ethical enough that you're going to tag it and say, hey, I messed up and that was my tag, or is the guy going to leave it? So, early bow hunting just always
It's risky.
It scares me. It scares me when I see guys out there. I don't even go out in it, but I see guys out there hunting, and I know there's some great shots out there. There's good, but I always urge guys to be careful. Make sure you take a really good shot.
And that's why you practice.
Yeah.
That's why you practice, because shot placement, especially when you're bow hunting, shot placement is key. And it does not matter what you use for a broadhead, what you're using for a bow. It don't matter what your draw weight is, all that. You have to practice, and you have to make that shot count, especially in this heat.
Yeah.
So, just going with that shot placement thought, jump ahead here. Is there such a let's go to gun deer season, as we affectionately call it here? Is there such a thing as it's not so much bad shot placement. I mean, it would be, but is there a spot on the animal that, if you want to say, especially if you're having to use shot, where's the worst place you could hit the animal where it's going to affect your harvest? Not so much for not for antlers, but for to put meat in the freezer.
Gut shot.
Yeah, the guts. You open up that stomach and that belly area where all the bile and all of the fluids are that it uses to break down food, and that stuff starts getting in, spreading through the body, and it's just the bacteria instantly starts breaking things down. That's
So
terrible.
really, it doesn't really matter. So in other words, even if you hit them with a slug, or you hit them with
Yeah,
a
it
broadhead or whatever, it's the worst place to hit would be the underbelly area.
Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as ruining the meat. Yeah, or the butt. The hindquarters, which usually kind of go hand in hand. If you're shooting with a gun, you hit them in the hindquarters, you're going to open that area up too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know,
That's why they touch on shot placement, and and they actually go through that even in hunter safety. They try to show you, good places to take the shot, and there's a lot of people that are good at it and they're smart enough not to take the shot if they don't have a good shot. No matter how big the buck is, you don't want to take a wing shot through the brush, or if you can only see part of the animal, they don't just sling lead.
And then, of course, that goes with, if you can't hardly see the animal, how can you see what's behind the animal?
Exactly. Yeah. Know your target and beyond. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. But probably just as many people who are smart enough not to take that shot. There's people that do take that shot, and that's where you end up with a lot of wasted game. So.
Yeah, they get excited and do stuff like that. So, it's again, I urge guys that are going to get ready and go out and do their early season hunting to think about that. And then I know that the guys want to get out there because they just, you get first crack at the big bucks, that are out there. That's one thing. And guys also have been sitting around all year long with nothing to hunt, and they want to get out there. Yeah. Sometimes patience is a virtue.
Well, even the most well-trained hunter, the most patient hunter, you get bullwinkle standing in front of you, sometimes it's really hard to be patient and make sure that you have the right shot. If all you can see is them antlers and you want to take the shot even though you know it's a bad one. So even the most well-trained guys and the most patient guys sometimes end up taking that shot even though they know they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. So. We're going to take a break, but always remember it's probably better to watch that animal walk away than to ruin it. So be right back. This morning, and I say that.
Welcome to the battle of the Masters of Meat. Today's contest will see two challengers vying for the title of Best Meat Market in central Wisconsin.
And now for the main event. In the south corner, from Highway 10 East and Stevens Point, just behind Culver's and Buffalo Wild Wings, we have the challenger, Dave the Brotmeister Tuskowski. And in the north corner, from 4516 Rib Mountain Drive in Rib Mountain, we have our other challenger, Craig the Steakmeister Wolf.
Let's go now to center ring, where our referee for today's Battle of the Masters of Meat will give the final instructions to the challengers. Our referee today is the Grill Sergeant.
Now, I want you to remember that you're both champions. Brotmeister, you got the freshest, juiciest, and tastiest brats available anywhere. And you, Steakmeister, have the finest cold-aged ribeye, porterhouse, and sirloin steaks this side of creation. Heck, there's no contest here. You're both winners.
Ski's Meat Market at Stevens Point and Rib Mountain, open 10 to 6 Monday to Friday, 9 to 6 Saturday, and 10 to 4 Sunday. Our quality is always worth the stop.
Check out Adrenaline Hydrographics in a Cedar Creek Mall. Put a custom finish on anything you want. Choose from over 1,000 different patterns and colors, including camos, wood grains, carbon fibers, and custom prints like flames, skull patterns, and flag scenes. They can customize your Harley parts, baseball helmets, and hard hats, guns and gun stocks, fishing poles, deer skulls, coat racks, you name it. Pretty much anything you can paint, they can put a custom pattern on for you. Adrenaline Hydrographics in the Cedar Creek Mall.
Tired of the hot summer heat? Time to get those ACs working. Head on in to Thunder Lube at their new location, 1015 South 17th Avenue in Wausau. Thunder Lube is a full-service center handling tires, brakes, exhaust, tune-ups, and much more. No appointment needed for oil changes. Get a punch card when you get a full service and get your 10th service free. That's Thunder Lube, complete auto service center, South 17th Avenue in Wausau.
Looking for the best burger in town? Check out Brews Brothers in Weston, just off Highway 29 at Camp Phillips exit. Voted best burger in Wausau 2014 and 2015. Fresh burger ground daily from country fresh meats, fresh buns, and 35 draft beers on tap from local and regional breweries. Enjoy fresh cut fries and chips made to order. Open 11 to 11 Sunday through Thursday and 11 to midnight Friday and Saturday. Brews Brothers, Camp Phillips Road in Weston.
When the game really counts.
At the 26 on 1st and 10, handoff Henry near right side, huge hole, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Alabama! Derrick Henry scoots 26 yards, his 9th touchdown of the year, and that could very well be the dagger. 34-13 Alabama.
Sports Fan 100.5 delivers.
Well, Brandon, you know what I can use after a long day?
Hey, we're back. And before the break, Brandon, we were talking about warm weather hunting and shot placement and game recovery. And, the other thing to know is you should also have a good plan as to what you're going to do with the animal after you harvested it. A lot of times guys are, they're in such a big hurry to go hunting that they just worry about going hunting, and then after they get the animal, it's warm, and it's like, ooh, now what? They try to get it home, get in the garage, and then, they got work to do, and they got things going on, and they don't really have the time to get it. So you got to be prepared to either get at it and cut it up, whether you got work coming on or you got somebody else to cut it up, or you're going to have to be prepared to take it to a cooler and let someone else cut it up for you. Take it to a butcher shop,
Yeah.
a meat shop or something, and let them hang it for you and and cut it up.
9 times out of 10, we're so busy, that's what we end up doing.
Right.
Play
Right.
it safe. Make sure that we have everything done.
It's worth the money to be able to know that you can run that animal straight from the woods to someplace that has a proper cooling facility and is going to cut it up, and it's not going to go bad on you. It's, what's it really cost? $70, $75 or something like that for a deer. I mean, it's to know your animal's not going to go to waste.
Yeah.
It's way worth it. I don't think that's a bad investment at all. We probably got a caller calling in here. This should be a good friend of ours here from Kids in Camo.
Well, all right.
Yeah, we haven't talked to Donnie in a while, our snake hunting buddy. So we'll put him on and visit with him. You remember Donnie?
Oh, yeah. Donnie Odin.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey, Donnie, how's it going?
it's going good. How about you?
Good. I hear you're just wrapping up from a trade show.
I am. Well, it ends today. We're in Kentucky at the Kentucky Horse Park.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember Brandon, don't you? You haven't seen him in a while. You remember Brandon?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think he just got married, didn't he?
He
That's
did.
right,
He
yeah.
did. That's why I give him a hard time because, poor Brandon, he don't get out much anymore. Donnie.
Right. I wanted to go. I really want to go to his wedding, but we had Buckmasters that weekend.
Yeah.
So I was in Montgomery at the trade show, and that ended up being a really good show. We sold a lot of kids camo.
Well, that's good,
Did ya?
man. That's good.
That's probably one of your best shows to sell kids camo.
Yeah.
It is. When all shows are down, we can always count on that one. And the kids in camo clothes, they really rock it at that show. They really go well at most off shows because everything's made in USA, and that's what it's about.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. For the people that are listening that don't know, Donnie Odin is the owner of Kids in Camo clothing line, and we carry that stuff down at our Biggie Outdoor store. But more importantly, you can find it online, and it's all camouflage, really high-quality camouflage clothing that's made just for kids. I mean, all the way from newborn to how old?
To a youth extra large, we started, like you said, a newborn, which would really be 0 to 3 months. And then we go up to a youth extra large, which is an 18-20. We have onesies, we have sets, baby sets, crib sets, heavy bomber jackets, hoodies, overalls, and we carry mossy oak and real tree.
All right. Actually, that just gave me a good idea. I think we're all kids at heart, and I'd like to have me a set of camo onesies.
A set of camo onesie. I can do that.
Yeah. That'd be a
You
big
want
one.
it?
That'd be bigger than a youth extra large, I can tell you.
Right. Well, do you want it in pink or you want it in solid camo or some blue on it?
Well, it's a toss-up between the pink and the solid camo.
Right.
I thought you would have gone with the pink with the footies.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't a
I tell
onesie
you,
without the footies.
People didn't realize that how well the pink goes with the mossy oak.
Oh, yeah.
It is really a big hit with the girls and even the young teenage girls. Most of the girl stuff goes up to a 14, and we do have some jackets that go to a ladies large, but the it really goes good together, and we really sell a lot to the girls that are wanting to get into hunting, and then the moms that don't really like all the camo or whatever, but because it has the pink on it, just enough pink on it to girly it up a little bit, and the dads don't mind it,
Yeah, that's awesome. I was just telling Brandon here, or I just told Brandon to hang on a second. I wanted to point out that when my grandson was born, he's turning 5 today.
Wow. Right.
And you remember that it would have been then 5 years ago.
Yep.
Would have been the day before he was born. We were wrapping up the Buckmaster show, and I bought his first camo from you.
Yes, sir.
At that show, and I said, hey, we had to get home. Brandon was with me. We were wrapping up that trade show, and we said we had to get home. And I bought his first camouflage outfit, and while we were on the way home, my daughter went into labor to have him.
Yep.
That's right.
And then
I think
two
he
years.
come home in the hospital, I think.
Yeah, that's
in
what
the camo.
Yep. And then 2 years later, we were down there, and we bought my granddaughter's first camo from you.
And she was born not 2 weeks later.
Yeah, and she was born 2 weeks later.
Well, maybe you need to go ahead and buy Brandon some camo, and he'll go ahead and have you another grandyoung.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was getting at, because Brandon just got married, and so now we're hoping that we can get
when's the trade show next year?
Right.
Don, we've gotten all the first camo for my grandkids from Kids in Camo, and anybody that ever did come into our store down at Cedar Creek and they seen that stuff, they were just amazed, because I'm going to go ahead and explain to people in ways that they can understand. Up here, I don't know if you know what Oshkosh Bagash clothing is down there, but that is a very quality line of clothing, and it definitely compares to the Kids in Camo.
It does.
Stuff. I mean, when folks are looking for quality stuff, that's what the Kids in Camo line is. It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
But you got more than clothing, too. You got bedding, and you got crib.
Oh yeah, that's exactly right. We do crib sets and comforters and diaper stackers, bumper pads, window toppers, dust ruffles, anything to do with a crib or crib sets or kids. We got it all. Ball caps, toddler ball caps.
Heck yeah.
Youth ball caps, and they make those in house too, right there in Georgia. So, like I said, all of it.
Yep. And
all
I think
of it is made in USA.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think the big thing especially with a lot of the hunters, especially the ones that we associate ourselves with, made in USA means a lot. Means a lot. Absolutely it does. Better quality.
Especially the way our countries are going right now.
Well, yeah.
The USA brand is coming back, and it needs to come back. It needs to come back strong.
Absolutely.
That's
I
right.
agree with you, brother.
Hey, Brandon missed out on that last hunt that we did down there with you, Donnie.
He did. Yes, that's right. He sure did. Which I'm not going to say that he missed a whole bunch. Now, he did miss a good time.
Yeah.
But we did get to kill a couple snakes and stuff like that. But
no, that's what he missed.
I'm
That's
all right.
right.
I'm all right with not encountering a snake. That's.
Right.
I am
Right.
scared
we
to
had
death
some
of
pretty
snakes.
We had some pretty close encounters too.
Yes.
With the snakes, but we're going to definitely next time y'all come down, we're definitely going to get us on a hog.
Oh yeah.
And we got a new bear season down here too now.
Oh, you do?
Oh, they're finally letting you shoot bears in Florida?
They are. I haven't got the dates. They've released the dates. You got to get tags for them.
You better hunt yours
but they
quick,
are.
because that ain't gonna last long. Them tree huggers will be all over that one.
Listen, now
The problem, they don't really want us to shoot them, I don't think, because you're not allowed to bait them and you're not allowed to run them with dogs.
So now you can do more than just hunt bear in Florida. You can actually hunt for bears.
Right. Right. But,
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. They're all over now. I mean, we first started finding bears and seeing bears probably 8 or 10 years ago, just one here and there. And
Well, when you
and
don't have
now we got a 13,000 acre hunt club there in Florida, in Bradford County, and there's probably 20.
Yeah.
or just in our lease.
You know, that's the thing is, you know, that many years ago you started seeing one here and there. When you don't have a season on them, 1 and 2 and 3 turns into a heck of a lot of bears in one area.
Yeah,
Right.
they multiply quick. That's the one thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, we got a lot of bears in Wisconsin, and it takes 9 years to draw a tag up here, and that's just ridiculous. 8,
Wow.
well, sometimes I guess between 6 and 9 depends on the drawing or whatever. But it's there's bears coming out of our ears up here.
Huh.
And
Wow. And you'll have a bear season though, right?
we do have a bear season, but it takes
Right.
forever to get the tag, and you're better off to go someplace else. If you're from Wisconsin and want to hunt a bear, you're better off to just book a hunt, go to Canada, or go somewhere else and hunt it.
Right. Right. And probably book it with Big E Outfitters.
That's where I'd go.
When I go on one, that's where I'm going.
There you go.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
absolutely.
Well, you're definitely going to have to get, in a couple of weeks, I think I'm going to be headed down your neck of the woods. I got to deliver some stuff and come see some folks down there, see some sponsors, and I'll maybe give you a holler. Are the hogs running down there right now?
Yeah, they are. It's starting to cool back off a little bit, and so they're fixing to be up and moving again. They're not going to be as bad as they have been. We'll be able to get on them. I feel for sure now. And one thing I do want to mention is I got another adventure. I got another clothing line to come out. It just come out 3 weeks ago,
Oh, really?
and it's called Plowboy Life.
Ah, yeah, you were talking about that.
Yes, sir. And it is a big hit.
Well, we're
It
going to
is a
have
big hit.
we're going to have to advertise that. We'll put that on our show, and we'll have to get this for adults too.
It's all for adults.
Yeah, I know.
All for adults. Now,
I
there
know
will
a
be
couple
some
guys
shirts.
that would fit real well. A couple of redneck farmers at Plowboy would fit them well.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the sayings are a little bit edgy, but the graphics make them look spot on where they're not nothing derogatory or ugly or nothing.
No.
They look good. They're selling like crazy, and I look to get them in a bunch of stores.
Fabulous. If we can help you
Yes,
out with
sir.
that, you just let us know. We'll put some links on our Facebook pages and on our websites and stuff, and we'll help you out with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. It'd be awesome. I've already bought the domain name. It'll be plowboylife.com.
All right.
And
Fantastic.
you'll be able to. Won't be long. Maybe in 3-4 weeks. I got to get some more stuff together, and then I'll have my store going, and then y'all can rock it for me.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Donnie, and good luck with your packing up there, and we'll hopefully see you in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. Y'all come see me.
All right.
right.
Take care, brother.
All right, buddy. All right, man. Bye.
We'll be right back right after a couple messages here quick. Well, Brandon, you know what I can use after a long day out in the woods?
Yeah, good massage from These Hands Massage Therapy.
That's right. Massage isn't just for relaxation either. It's a health advantage. They work on rotator cuff injuries, low back, neck, sciatica, and lots of other injuries.
That's great for guys with a long list of injuries like you, and you can get a gift card for someone as well.
Yep. And mention the Big E radio show, you get $10 off your massage. They're open Monday through Saturday by appointment. These Hands Massage Therapy on 17th Avenue by Walgreens in Wausau.
Welcome to Blue Willow Cafe, where you'll find home cooking at its best. This cozy cafe offers an unforgettable breakfast that'll keep you coming back for more. Blue Willow's family-friendly atmosphere with made-from-scratch homemade food has become a favorite gathering place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy delicious homemade soups, pies, day-of-the-week specials, and more. All in smoke-free dining with family-friendly pricing. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Join us at Blue Willow Cafe, North 4th Avenue, Wausau.
Every single day, people just like you are leading happier, healthier lives by working out at Snap Fitness.
My name is Carol Wisey. I was overweight, not feeling so good about myself. I just woke up one morning and decided enough's enough. The hardest step is walking into that gym because I'm sure you're going to feel self-conscious. When I walked through the door for the first time, I can honestly tell you I did not feel that way. They have so many different membership options. You don't need to be locked into a long-term contract. My physical health since I started working out at Snap Fitness has changed dramatically. I have a lot more energy. I'm happier. It will change your life. It will change your family's life. I promise you, if you take that first step and join Snap Fitness, you will not regret it.
Summer is heating up. Snap Fitness is now offering summer for $99 or summer for free. Stop in Wausau, Weston, or Mosinee for a tour and more details. Take advantage of this deal while it's hot. Snap Fitness, locally owned and operated. Be well.
When you're cruising down the road and watching wheels are straight, BRB Auto Body night or day.
BRB Auto Body knows that protecting your vehicle's value is important. That's why they only offer Line-X spray-on bed liners for trucks. Line-X, the industry leader in bed liners backed by a lifetime warranty, offers unmatched protection against gouges, rips, and tears. No lost cargo space and a rattle-free, quiet ride. And BRB Auto Body knows that life without your vehicle can be, at best, very difficult. That's why they offer Premier Rent-A-Car for your convenience. Premier Rent-A-Car offers competitive rates for all your rental car needs. No replacement vehicle coverage. When BRB repairs your car, they'll supply you with a complimentary vehicle at no cost. Call BRB Auto Body today at 359-9792 or check them out at brbautobodyinc.com.
Expect a quality job from BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body.
County Highway XX in Rothschild.
Hey, we're back, and I think we got another good friend on the line here.
Yeah.
We got
a familiar voice.
A familiar voice from the good outdoors down south. Steve, is that you on there?
That is me, and you've already started lying, and you've only spoke for 5 seconds. You said another good friend. I didn't think you had but one. Anyway, I don't know what y'all been talking about this morning, but I do think we need to devote a couple of minutes to the food category.
Okay.
Specifically bacon.
Oh boy!
I just got through cooking a big breakfast for my kids as we get ready for the day, and bacon. I mean, that is just that's got to be the greatest invention right on up there, close to electricity in my book.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know you guys probably favor cheese up there, don't you?
Hey, cheese and bacon. We even got bacon flavored cheese.
Actually, yes, we do. We do. Actually,
it goes great on Triscuits.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Or no, Wheat Thins, excuse me.
Yeah. Is that Brandon in there with you?
You betcha, brother. Yeah.
He's awake.
Brandon, congratulations. I have not had a chance to properly congratulate you on the wedding.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
I feel like I failed because I didn't intervene quick enough. But, hey, we'll celebrate it now, and we'll make the best of it. And I'm sure things will work out just great.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Actually, I got a buddy of mine that's sitting here. He's our only live audience actually in the studio with us, and he told me he ate a pound of bacon by himself the other day.
I believe it because this morning now it's me and I have 4 children, but only 3 participated in the breakfast this morning. But I cooked 2 packs of bacon, which I think they're 16 ounces each, so 2 pounds, and it was gone. And they were complaining that they didn't get enough.
Did you get any?
I was cooking it. I took care of myself before I fed my children. That is not going to happen in my house.
Good dad right there. Took care of yourself first.
I'm the breadwinner. How do you think that bacon got over the
There
table?
you go. There you go.
Yeah. Hey, it makes you wonder, how in the world did they ever invent bacon?
I don't know. It took somebody smarter than us.
That guy was a genius.
He was a genius. He should get the Nobel Prize for food or something.
Yeah.
I didn't study math in school, so I don't know.
Well, I think it's easy to get the Nobel Prize nowadays anyway.
Oh, yeah. Anybody can get it.
Yeah.
If Obama can get it, well, I shouldn't say that. It's not political.
We can't. We
My
can't.
bad.
We can't say those things anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Scratch that. I was the one trying to counsel you on saying things like that. Here I go popping off.
There we go. Yeah.
It's not easy. Not easy.
I know.
Actually, it seems like anybody can get an SP2 nowadays.
Don't.
Yeah.
I think we can talk about that. That's completely ridiculous. I think I figured out his strategy or her strategy or its strategy.
Yeah.
See, it got in that crash, and now they're talking about charging it with a vehicular homicide or something like that. And I believe that it sensed it could possibly spend time in prison, and it said to itself, should I go in prison as a man or a woman? And obviously, you're going to be better off going into prison as a woman. Let's just be real,
Well,
and I think that's just all a big part of his strategy. And of course, winning that ESPY, I think that was something that it didn't really calculate in the grand scheme of things. That was a total surprise for it.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call that winning the ESPY. That was.
Well, you're right. Yeah.
Actually, when you think about it, if I had to go to prison, I
don't even say it.
I definitely would want to be in a woman's prison too. You think about it.
Oh, no doubt. Just as soon as the gavel hits and that judge says guilty, I'm identifying as a woman myself. I'm telling you, right up, but straight up. I'm going to start screaming from the rooftop that my name is Stephanie, not Steve.
Well, you want to be careful because, they send you to the wrong, they send you to a guy's prison and you want to be identified as the woman. Well, there you go. It's taken care of.
No, you got to get the sex change first.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't have to spend a lot of time strategizing on that. So.
No.
But you never know. You never know.
Well,
so what have y'all been
you
talking
just brought up an interesting
about
strategy
this morning? I mean, have y'all been talking about anything constructive?
No, not us,
No.
But
now you made me hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about bacon, so that would bring up some hog hunting. You been doing any of that? It's too hot.
No,
probably.
it is. It's just too hot. I've got some friends that have been out, doing the night hog hunting with dogs and things like that to beat the heat. But I will tell you something interesting, and it's not probably going to have much of an impact to you guys up there because y'all have bear running out your ears up there, or at least nearby.
That's
Right.
just
But
a lot
here-
of hair, actually. I was looking at my dad's ears. That's just hair. I checked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I did verify that this was not your mother-in-law when I saw this video.
Ah.
I do know that. So now the main reason I could tell the difference is because I was able to verify she was up there. It's not so much that I could see the comparison side by side.
Uh-huh.
I just knew that it was geographically impossible that it was not her. So I do know this was a bear. Okay?
She was at Brandon's wedding. That's why.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Okay.
But a friend of mine, and you've been to my home here. We live in a very small town, population of about 2,000, 2,500. And bear, as far as I know, there's never been a confirmed bear sighting. You always have the people that claim they've seen one here and there, but that's kind of like Bigfoot. You don't know if it's true or not.
Hey, right. Bigfoot is real.
Oh, I know Bigfoot's real. You have to convince me. You know how I feel about that. But the gentleman that sent me this video, he has a bear that's been hitting his feed barrel. There's a lot of grapes in that area, and then, of course, he has corn in his barrel for deer. And he has a bear on there, and it is inside the city limits of my city, about 20 yards from a, I don't want to say too much and give it away because I'm afraid the antis and scared folk would want to, get rid of the bear. So I'm going to talk in circles a little bit, but he's 20 yards into the woods right beside a very public kids play area, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh my.
So we are excited as hunters because this year in the south in our county they opened up the first ever bear season. It's 3 separate 3-day periods, so a total of 9 days over 3 months that you can hunt. The problem is it's impossible. We can't hunt them over a bait barrel or donuts or anything like you guys could up there.
Can you use
We
dogs?
basically have to we have to hunt over a food plot or just in the woods on a trail for a bear. So it's going to be tough to shoot him, but there is a chance that this gentleman can shoot his first ever bear, and in the city limits or just out. No, I shouldn't say that. Well, anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, just outside.
Let's don't give too much detail here.
Can you? Does it say you can't hunt over a playground?
I'm not sure you can use a playground as bait. I don't.
Oh.
My God! I don't see why you shouldn't be able to.
I mean, if the bear's already coming to it, it's really not.
Well, I mean, he's not going through this elementary school and loading up a busload of kids and putting them on the playground. They're going under their own free will. So
That's right.
I mean, you ought to be able to capitalize on that.
That's kind of like a
that's
food
just
plot,
a small
isn't it?
little technicality.
Yeah.
These regulations are getting out of hand.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it.
Oh, Lordy. But anyway, we're excited about that down here in South Georgia. And I know that may not make an impact up there because y'all guys it would be like you guys finding an alligator in the local creek. You know, you guys would be excited about that because they're not up there.
Actually, we'd be running around looking for who put it there.
Yeah, you're right. You're
We'd be
right.
like, all right, which one of y'all rednecks got drunk through your alligator in the creek?
It happens. Yeah, it's just a common occurrence down here in South Georgia.
Oh, boy.
You know, actually, we just before you called in, we had Donnie Oden from Kids and Camo online, and he was telling us about the bear season down there too. I said, hunt them fast because you know the tree huggers will be all over that in no time. So.
Oh, they will. They will. But you know, I think we're all right because the population's exploding down here, and they I think it caught them by surprise. I really do, and especially in North Florida, there they biggest bear season they've ever had because of the numbers, and I think.
Yeah,
I think
October.
the citizens. Yeah, I think the citizens are starting to realize, hey, look, these bears. You know, even if you're an anti-hunter, you don't want a bear in your backyard. You know, when you're out there trying to have a picnic. So, I think they're becoming a little more tolerant of it. They don't like it. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
you know, you just don't hear. You don't hear them singing from the rooftops like you did a few years ago.
No.
So maybe we're making a little headway there.
Yeah. Actually, they're opening up bear season in Chicago, too, now. The Packers are going down there on the 13th to slaughter a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
Yeah, well, with that, hey, we're going to take a break, so hang around if you don't mind, Steve, if you got
Sure,
time.
I'll stay.
All right. We'll be right back. Just give us a few seconds.
Hey, it's Mike with Auto Trim and Sign here in Wausau. You already know we do the fun stuff on vehicles. We can also help your business, whether it's simple lettering, company decals, or even a vehicle wrap. Auto Trim and Sign can design and install graphics perfect for your business. Your car, truck, trailer, big rig, or your company's entire fleet will be in good hands. Check out our website, autotrimofwausau.com, or call us at 715-842-9114.
Big E Outdoors, located at Cedar Creek, is reopening its doors soon after its new remodeling. Home to the area's first and only big game hunting museum, with educational exhibits displaying animals from around the world and facts around the hunters' contributions to their survival. Pick up some unique souvenirs and gifts from the museum and from the Big E TV shows. Meet the pro staff from Big E TV and Big E Outdoor Radio. A great place to stop in with the whole family. And while you're there, book your next hunting trip with the Big E Outdoors Professional Hunters. With over 21 personal hunting destinations worldwide, you'll be sure to find a quality getaway with the Big E Outdoors destinations. Big E Outdoors is also home to Adrenaline Hydrographic. Check us out online at BigEOutfitters.com and register to win a free hunt. Big E Outdoors at Cedar Creek.
Rejection is one of our biggest fears. As humans, our greatest need is to be accepted. So when Ben walked into Jim Krishock Jewelers and met with Jody, he was looking for someone to accept him. You see, Ben was head over heels in love with Amanda, and he wanted to give her the diamond engagement ring of her dreams. But he didn't feel good about his credit, and he didn't feel good about a past jewelry shopping experience where another jeweler wouldn't even give him the time of day. But Jody had a different attitude. Instead, she went right to work on getting a credit application filled out. And before he knew it, he was approved for, well, a lot more than he thought he would be. That's total acceptance. So Jody walked him over to the diamond case, and he picked out the ring that would knock Amanda off her feet. We're Jim Krishock Jewelers, and when you walk in here, you know you'll find it. And you'll be accepted. We're in front of Best Buy on Rib Mountain Drive, and nobody does I do like we do.
When the game really counts.
With the stolen bases, Gomez at second. Pitch on the way up the middle. Base hit. Here comes Gomez around third. The play at the plate. Safe. And the Brewers are moving on up.
Sports Fan 100.5 delivers.
And welcome back to the Big E Outdoor Radio Show on Sports Fan 100.5 here out of Wausau, and we still have our friend, our one and only friend, Steve Nichols, with a Good Outdoors on the air.
See, the good thing about that is I can say that I've got twice as many friends as you, because you've got you and Brandon, who are my friends, and all you two only have me. So in the friend category, I've got twice as many friends.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Twice as popular.
Yeah. We were just talking. Go ahead.
Last weekend, I don't know what you guys have been talking about, but, last weekend down here, squirrel season opened up. I believe, a couple of weeks ago when I was on, we talked about that. But
yeah,
I learned something. Usually when we hunt squirrels, it's just a matter of, you got one or two things you do. You go get out there before daylight, and you sit there and wait for the sun to come up, and you shoot squirrels as they start moving, or you just go and walk through the woods and shoot what you see.
Are you telling me you actually go out before daylight and wait for the squirrels to wake up? I mean, is that a real thing? You really do that?
Sure it is, yeah. And, I'm not saying I do that a lot because I'm not a hardcore squirrel hunter, but I know one gentleman, I think the limit was 12 or 15, and he went out there in a hardwood bottom last weekend and sat there with his .22 rifle right there, and as the sun come up, after about an hour and a half, he had 15 squirrels. Went back and he posted a picture of them on the grill later that evening. So that's probably, if I was going to go for numbers, that's how I would do it down here. All jokes aside. But,
you forgot option 3 is the way my grandpa taught me. We rode around in the car on the side roads, and when they do a running across, we jump out and smoke them out the window.
Well, that's the most fun method. I like that.
And you double your limit every day that way.
That's right.
Especially if you drive around in the fall when the farmers are picking corn, because they're always dropping corn on the road. That's where the squirrels are hanging out.
I actually just barely missed one with my truck on the way here this morning.
Well, yeah, roadkill.
Okay, listen, I know this is your 2 shows, you idiots, but I'm trying to make a point.
No compliments, please.
No compliments. I say that lovingly. You are my idiot. But,
yeah.
A lot of guys are starting to hunt with dogs for squirrels down here, and it's a specific breed called a feist. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I was not, and I got to doing some research on it, and they have AKC registered feist from champion bloodlines that are specifically bred and trained to hunt squirrels, and these guys spend $2,000-$3,000, man, on their squirrel dogs, and
those are the ones I actually think seriously that. Because a squirrel will always hide on the opposite side of the tree on you.
That's right.
And these dogs will actually move around to actually bring the squirrel around to you.
Yep, that's what he was telling me. That they would go on the other side of the tree, and basically flush the squirrel over, to your side where you can get a shot. And then also they'll walk through the bottoms and the creek beds and stuff around here, and the squirrel will get down on the ground, and the feist will actually, flush the squirrel, for lack of a better word, up the tree,
right?
So the hunter can get it. And not only that, once you shoot it, he'll actually retrieve the squirrel and bring it back to you, much like, we would a pheasant, like we did when we hunted with you for pheasant, or a squirrel, or a quail down here, or a dove. I just found it fascinating, so it opened up a whole discussion about pets in the outdoors, and we talked about the different ways that animals, of course, you run bear with dogs, you run hogs, you run deer, now squirrel, dove, quail, pheasant, mountain lions out west and things like that. And of course, as back many years ago, overseas in Great Britain, you read about the foxhounds, on horseback, things like that. So pets and dogs play a huge role in the outdoors, and I'm going to be doing a whole show on that on my radio show coming up in the next few weeks, and hopefully get some veterinarians in there and some dog handlers and trainers, things like that. But it's I think that's a pretty interesting subject when you think about the role that pets play in the outdoors.
Yeah, that's and hunters are very attached to their dogs and stuff.
No doubt.
So, and they have a great relationship with them, and a good bond, and so I mean, I love hunting with dogs, whether it's rabbits or anything like that. In fact, I don't know if you've done any rabbit hunting with dogs lately, but we should get you up here in the winter and get you out and do that because
I'd love to. I
have a
did that. I did that as a kid down here in the South. We have, the cotton pesticides that, and fire ants and anything that you can think of that has really been taking a toll on the rabbit population. But as a kid growing up, we'd take the beagles and go, run rabbits, and that was a lot of fun. I would love to come up there and do that, and kind of get back to your roots, and I remember being in school, in what they call middle school now. It was junior high back when I went. And we had a dog. My dad had a German short-haired pointer for quail. And back then there was a decent population of wild quail. And every day after school, Daryl and I would go. Daryl was younger than me. He was about 9, and I was 12. And I'd take my single-shot 20 gauge and that dog over this one head of woods in the field, and there was always one covey there of about 10 birds.
Yeah.
And that whole season, I'd go over there and take that dog, and I could, as we'd find them and flush them, I'd get off one shot with that single shot, and I never hit one. And I remember specifically the one day that I finally hit one, and it falling out of the sky, and Daryl and I just hugging and high-fiving, and you think we won the lottery, And we bring the one quail back to the house, and I remember my dad just making such a huge deal out of it for our benefit. And that's just one of the things that man did constantly to instill the love of the outdoors in us. And just memories like that created with the dog and the outdoors, and you just cannot get any better than that.
No, I know it. That stuff is those are great memories, and that's one of the things that I've always said. Whether it's bear hunting or whether it's hog hunting or anything, I love working with the dogs and watching them work and seeing the enjoyment that they have.
It's great to see the training pay off.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh, no doubt. Dad trained that dog with a fishing pole and a quail feather on the end of a monofilament line out in the yard. That's how he trained that dog. Getting your kids involved in the outdoors is huge, and now that Megan's pregnant and you're going to have a kid and everything, you sort of need to be thinking about that.
Oh, I think we're jumping. Hey, Brandon, is there something you got to tell me?
You mean you actually married her because you love her?
Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we don't. Oh. That's a Southern thing, them shotgun weddings.
Yeah.
You're right. I just thought that everybody did it that way. I'm sorry, Brandon.
This is the 21st century, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, good deal. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding there.
That's all right, man. That's cool. We can understand a good joke. We like that, yeah.
I know you can. Y'all get me constantly. It's payback time on live radio.
That's all right.
Yeah, we'll get you. Yeah, when I was talking with you on your show here this week, we actually talked about the fact that of cooking squirrels, and you actually just alluded to that. There's a lot of folks up here in Wisconsin that don't even do that, and that has gone away. It seems like it is the generation it's kind of skipped.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks look at you and they're like, "Oh, you're kidding me? You eat squirrels?"
Actually,
yeah.
Garrett.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
My buddy, he fries up squirrel all the time, and he tricks me into eating it. Actually, it ain't bad.
It's not. They shouldn't have to trick you. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, squirrel, rabbit, all this stuff is
The
good.
first time he tricked me, because I had never had squirrel before, and I'm like, well, what are we eating here? He's like, oh, squirrel. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Pretty much anything.
Down here, we would, when we were up as kids, we had it, they would cook it on the stovetop and make gravy and rice, and you would eat it like that. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, it was just another meat, it was great and good and all. And then now, that was, 35 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I think that, what we blame it on, technology and single-parent households, and it's just everything in the world, the Internet. I was talking to somebody the other day. When you and I were at home growing up, we would be inside, and we became bored because we had 2 or 3 channels on TV, and then when cartoons went off, there was nothing else to watch, nothing to do. We became bored, and it caused us to go outside. And down here in the South, it didn't matter if it was 105 outside. I never complained of the heat because we lived outside. We kept ourselves occupied outside.
Yep.
Now, the kids get bored on the outside, and there's too many things on the inside to keep them occupied. You got 500 cable channels.
Well,
You
now-
got the internet. You got video games. You can't get bored in the house now.
Yeah.
So
no.
that keeps them from being outside. It's just we've got to reverse that trend.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can use the weather as an excuse to not be outside now,
Exactly.
unfortunately.
That's exactly right. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys, when you grew up, you dealt with snow, and you know, just because you got 4, 5, 6 inches of snow on the ground, it may have made things difficult, but it did not keep you from going out. And now,
we loved
it. People, now people look at it and they say, "Oh man, we're just going to stay in today. It's too cold outside." You know, back then and today, 30 years ago, it just didn't get too cold.
Actually, 5, 6 inches, really, nobody up here even notices that.
We don't even close
Right.
our schools.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Different world up there, just different. Well, listen, guys, I enjoyed talking to you, but I got to get on to my regular Sunday duties now.
All right.
That's right.
I'll look forward-
You head on off to church. Would you do me a favor and say a prayer for us and for Brandon too?
Oh, I will. As soon as I cover my problems and I explain to him what happened this week and ask him to forgive me and make me have a good week upcoming, then I'll start on you guys.
All right.
Yeah. If
But I'll
there's
get
time.
it in. I'll get it in. I promise.
All right. All right.
Thanks, buddy.
You take care,
See you later.
Steve.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, it's always good having him call in, and
yeah.
we do participate in Steve's radio show too, the Good Outdoor Radio. They're on Saturdays, and folks, you can listen to that on TuneIn Radio. They're on 97.9 out of Tallahassee, ESPN Radio. So, you can listen to our show on TuneIn Radio too, no matter where you are. You get someplace where you're not in our coverage area, just hit the TuneIn Radio and give us a holler. So we will take a break quick, and we'll come back and have another caller. We'll be right back. Big E Outdoor Radio.